At first, everything seemed formal and quiet inside the White House, until suddenly, Taehyung made a small move that no one expected. Many fans didn't notice it at first, but the way Taehyung pulled Jungkook to the front held a very deep meaning. This wasn't just about who stood in front of the cameras. There's a touching reason why Taehyung insisted the Golden Maknae receive the award directly from the president's hands. And believe it or not, Jungkook's reaction at that moment truly showed the immense respect they have for one another. Hello, K-pop lovers! Welcome back to Taekook Diary, our dedicated space for sharing those warm moments and captivating stories about Taehyung and Jungkook that always keep us all focused on their incredible bond. The atmosphere in Washington, D.C. felt completely different that day. Just imagine, a group that started everything from a tiny studio was now standing tall at the very heart of the U.S. government. But behind the grandeur of the event, there was one moment that missed the main cameras but was caught clearly by the sharp eyes of the fans. As their names were called to receive that prestigious award, a slight hesitation was visible on Jungkook's face. The Maknae, who usually performs with total confidence on stage, seemed to want to give more space to his hyungs this time. He chose to stand slightly behind, as if wanting to let his older brothers take the lead in such a historic moment. However, Taehyung, standing right beside him, noticed that small flicker of hesitation. He knew exactly how hard Jungkook had worked for this moment. Taehyung didn't want Jungkook to just be a spectator in the back row when his contribution to the group's success was so massive. The moment that made hearts flutter began when the protocol directed them to move closer to the president. At that point, Jungkook tried to step to the right, attempting to clear a path so Taehyung could walk forward first. But what Taehyung did was completely outside the expected scenario. Instead of stepping forward alone, Taehyung paused for a second and turned toward Jungkook with a very calm gaze. Without saying a word, he touched Jungkook's arm and gave him a gentle but firm nudge to move the Maknae to the very front position. This gesture was lightning fast, lasting only a few seconds, but its meaning was extraordinary to anyone watching. Taehyung seemed to be telling the world that Jungkook deserved this honor personally. He wouldn't let Jungkook's humility stand in the way of the appreciation he earned. This act immediately sparked whispers among the staff present, as it's rare to see such warmth during a formal state ceremony. Jungkook, clearly surprised by Taehyung's nudge, finally stepped forward with that iconic, shy smile. Taehyung's eyes followed every one of Jungkook's steps until he was standing face to face with the President of the United States. If you watch the details in the fan-taken videos circulating online, there is a clear sense of pride radiating from Taehyung's face. He showed no desire to stand out himself, despite being a figure with immense natural charisma. To Taehyung, Jungkook's success is his own success, and he wanted to ensure the Maknae felt fully supported during one of the most nerve-wracking moments of his life. Many netizens commented that this moment proved how much Taehyung looks out for Jungkook's mental state in front of world leaders. Amidst the rigid pressure of official protocol, this small interaction became a beautiful reminder of their deep human connection. Interestingly, there was also a technical reason for this move related to the speech order they had prepared. However, what moved people even more wasn't just about the standing positions. When Jungkook finally received the award plaque, he glanced back at Taehyung as if to check if he was doing everything correctly. Taehyung responded with a small nod and a thin, reassuring smile. It was as if he were saying through his eyes that everything was fine and that Jungkook was doing a great job. This wordless interaction truly demonstrates the level of deep connection they have developed over the years. They don't need verbal instructions, they understand each other perfectly just by observing movements. Some body language experts even noted that Taehyung acted as an emotional anchor for Jungkook in a room filled with powerful figures. This role is crucial because, at an event of this level, nerves can easily break anyone's focus. But with Taehyung's physical and mental support, Jungkook appeared much more relaxed as he moved to shake hands with the president. This incident went viral across social media platforms within minutes of the event's conclusion. Fans worldwide began sharing clips of the video with various touching narratives. Many said that Taehyung is the definition of the most sincere older brother and friend anyone could ever have. He isn't afraid of losing the spotlight as long as the person he cares about can shine where they belong. Even several international media outlets touched upon how the closeness of the BTS members remains intact even in such a formal and serious environment. But actually, there is one more tiny detail that viewers only realized after playing the footage back multiple times in slow motion. As they gathered for a group photo, Taehyung's hand stayed near Jungkook's back, as if providing physical support to keep the Maknae steady. This wasn't something staged for the cameras, as their position at that moment was actually quite far from the reach of the main media lenses focusing on the president. Many netizens then compared this moment to an incident a few years ago when they first received an award abroad. It clearly shows the growth of Taehyung's maturity in guiding Jungkook on an ever-expanding international stage. Back then, they might have both looked equally confused, but now Taehyung knows exactly when to take charge and when to give the stage to Jungkook. This selflessness is what makes many feel that their relationship is more than just colleagues or a music group. It's a family bond built through thousands of hours of practice and struggling together from the bottom. What's interesting was Jungkook's reaction after the event ended, where he was seen immediately approaching Taehyung and they shared a brief conversation while laughing. It was as if the heavy burden they had just carried on their shoulders vanished instantly because of each other's presence. This fact is what makes fans feel the Washington moment will be one of their most historic memories. But did you know that there was actually a much more emotional moment behind the scenes after the photo session ended? A staff member reportedly leaked that Jungkook specifically thanked Taehyung for giving him the courage to step forward. It turns out Jungkook really did feel very tense because it was their first visit to such a high-profile location for official state business. Without that support and the pull of the hand from Taehyung, Jungkook might have chosen to stay in the back and felt less confident. This proves that the small things Taehyung does have a massive impact on the Maknae's mentality. We often see them joking and laughing, but in crucial moments like this, Taehyung's maturity and care truly shine through. Most surprisingly, this moment actually influenced how the American public viewed BTS, not just as pop stars, but as individuals with a high level of respect and ethics toward their fellow members. Seeing Taehyung's sincerity, it's no wonder so many fans feel so emotional and proud of their growth. This simple yet meaningful gesture is proof that their friendship is truly that strong behind the scenes. In your opinion, what part of Taehyung letting Jungkook take the lead touched you the most? Did you notice any other small details that might have been missed in the official video? Go ahead and write your thoughts and theories in the comments below. I'd love to read your discussions. Also, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, share it with your fellow fans, and of course, subscribe to the Taekook Diary channel so you don't miss the next heartwarming updates. Thank you so much for watching until the end, keep supporting Taehyung and Jungkook, and I'll see you in the next video.